20 years. That's 20 winter seasons, 20 summer seasons, and 20 of the last years that you could be spending with your beloved family. That's what this green circle right here represents. If we're really lucky, we may have 4 of these green circles. That's your entire life. 80 years shown to you in 4 very nicely colored green circles. What's the problem with this? In the education system, we spend one of those circles. They come red, we lose them, leaving us with only 3/4 of our life left. What's the problem? Why am I showing this to you? It's because after all this, after 1/4 of our life being spent, we expect a complete solution. We expect us to be ready for the real world. But the traditional education system has left many questioning more than they feel prepared. Hello everyone, my name is Andy and I work in creating opportunities for young adults. My speech here is to show you the principles of success that you need to succeed in the real world that the current education system is lacking and how we can improve on it. The first principle of success that I want to talk about is risk-taking. In school, we're taught to follow the same method. We're taught to do exactly as we're told. We're taught not to innovate. We're taught to replicate. We're taught to say, if the teacher says 2 + 2 is 4, we must always say 2 + 2 is 4. We can't say 3 + 1 is 4. The answer is still 4. But if you get a different solution to the exact same answer, that's a problem. School teaches you to choose the safe method. School doesn't reward you for trying to come up with new solutions for different things. School doesn't reward you for trying different patterns and ideas. It rewards you for getting the same solution and doing exactly what you're told. What's the problem with this? The problem is that it makes us risk averse. It makes us afraid of taking risk. It makes us afraid of losing. And ultimately, being afraid of losing makes you afraid of starting in the first place. To start something new, to do something great, you need to have the courage and the bravery to go on without the fear of losing. If you have the fear of losing something, you'll never be able to win anything. Because everything requires you to take a risk. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a story about risk to share to all of you. As some of you here may know, there's this competition called the World Scholars Cup. And in there, there's a local round and a global round. My team and I have qualified the local round and we want to go to Korea. Really? We just wanted to travel to Korea and have a fun holiday. But we didn't have the money. It was $3,000 something to travel there. And we were kind of broke in the time. Our parents were like, we're not spending $30,000 to go to Korea. So I looked at my team and I said, what are we going to do today? He looked at me. He came over and said, Andy, we're going to go to Korea for free. I said, dude, what's wrong with you? Are you crazy? It's $3,000. 2 was the $6,000. He hit me. He said, dude, let's make a tour package. So there I was. At 15 years old, I'm responsible for $40,000 that could potentially go to ruin. And I was responsible for leading 18 other people to a country I'd never been to. Me and my teammate, we've never gone to Korea. And now we're trying to bring 18 other people there, convince their parents to let us bring their children, and somehow bring them back home safely. Now, the fact I'm here is a testament to how well it went. Obviously, we did great. We brought them back. Our children are very safe and happy. In fact, one of the organizers, Renisa Bit, was there on the trip. So, I guess it went well for me somehow. But I'd like to show a quote, or at least my interpretation of a quote from Mark Zuckerberg, which essentially goes something along the lines of this. If you had not already won in something in life, then what do you have to lose? The only strategy that's guaranteed to fail you is the strategy where you don't take the risk. If you hadn't already won in anything, there's nothing to lose. So go out there and take the risk. The next principle of success that I want to talk about is innovation. Within our current school system, we're taught A squared plus B squared is C squared. We're taught just to memorize that and to follow and replicate. To create new things, we need not replicate, we need to innovate. Here's the problem. I have a firm belief that 2 + 2 will always yield 4. If someone walks the same path, you'll always reach the same destination. In the same way, if we teach every single one of our students the exact same thing, they will go on to yield very similar life paths and very similar results. In a rapidly changing world, we don't need a million students that can do the exact same thing. We need individuals that are capable of causing change, individuals that understand leadership, individuals that take a service, individuals that can do things that are unconventional to our education system. Our education system is great, but what will be even greater is if we can bring each individual to their maximum potential by teaching them to innovate rather than replicate. Lastly, I have a short story about teamwork and networking. Since this TED-talk is obviously going to be broadcasted on the TEDx YouTube page, and I like to clarify to my high school that this story is entirely fictional and I would never cheat in my exams. But the story goes, that's about that. I would never cheat. The story goes that it was the night before my final exams. I had a seatmate, and she was just really good at biology, and I was really good at physics. I said, I only have time to study for one. She looked at me, she said, yeah. So I crammed physics the entire night. She sat next to me for the exam, and what happened was, she cheated off me in physics. I cheated off her in biology. We got 98 out of 100 on that test. No one you would think. I'd like to again clarify my biology teacher. This is entirely fictional, but I hexed. Now, it's a metaphor to show you that in school, we're valued based on individualism and exactly what score you can get as an individual, not how well you're able to work with people. One of the main determinants of how successful you are in real life is how well you're able to work with people. Take this TEDx sign, for example. Designed in Canada, manufactured in China, and brought by a plane all the way to Cambodia. Just with this, you need the teamwork of 3 different countries to run. Now imagine making your own startup. Imagine how many people you're gonna need. So the main determinant of success is how well you're able to work with people. And I want you all to understand that if there's one thing we could change about the education system, it would be to value teamwork, value projects that require innovation, things where we can come together and create something that's truly new and inspiring. With 3 green lights left, I want you all to take this message and live your life pursuing your goals, chasing the knowledge that you require, and doing things that truly make you feel inspired. Thank you, everyone.